they are committing to the Wario. I could understand the theory behind it, especially given me Sword Fighter having that disjoint and the ability to poke out Peach, who can kind of struggle with characters that can like poke her in the air and kind of keep her out like that. But Wario can also kind of do that. It just is a matter of how BeatyBean wants to approach Jukain's style of play, which, to be honest, it's not as crispy with the movement as you'll see someone like Mudace, but instead it is very, very read heavy. They go for a lot of prepped back airs, a lot of jump callouts, and a lot of trying like setups with throws rather than just strict combos. It's neat.
Oh, all right. Look at that. You just ate that turnip straight up. All right. But right now, definitely looking a little bit tough here for Jukain. Not going to get caught up there, but yeah, this is definitely just getting rough as time goes on. But there we go. Had the small opening, dropped it a little bit, but was able to get the grab, but no follow-up out of that down air. That's rough.
Yeah, these platforms are just close enough, and the dash attack, that is something that I've noticed when watching Jukain play throughout the day. It feels like they have had two clear habits, and that is instant dash attacking when they miss a follow-up or when they're like trying to get out of the corner, and rolling from the ledge. Let's see if one of them got hard punished. Let's see if the other rears its ugly head, or if they're able just to keep in control of this game. Not unless they get hit by Wario neutral air, because that's a quick 60.
Oh, okay. There we go. Throws out that back here, just trying to get a little bit of damage. Oh, man. Oh, it's looking rough for Jukain as we move forward. It just continues to build out more damage, losing more stocks. Oh, this is not looking good for Jukain fans.
Yeah, as many strides as Jukain has made throughout this season, throughout previous seasons, like they are legitimately a contender for PR, and are very least would be in that like 16 to 20 range almost every season. They just haven't made that final stride, despite how many amazing bracket placements they have had. But this Winky Face isn't going to result in the stock. Amazing recovery from BeatyBean, using that really low bike in order to ensure they make it back, though the back air does close it out from center stage. Turn up in a dream here, but I guess not.
Peach does have the combo game to try, make this work, but like the thing is that we got BeatyBean living to 200. Like that's rough. That's rough for anybody in any scenario, but I mean, he's chasing him down right now, 93%. He's gonna be looking for probably one falling up air, and I mean, he's got a half loft on deck as it is. Yeah, this is a tough spot for Jukain.
Oh, and it's a game spot for BeatyBean as they take that game on with the jump call out up smash, running straight up reverse up smash, looking like it's Mario, but the Twisted Cousin takes it to that 2 stock over Jukain in game 1. Showing that the Wario, despite the recent focus on me Sword Fighter as of late more and more, the Wario is still out here ready to play. Yeah,
definitely looking pretty solid here. And you know what? That's kind of like what the end game of Ultimate is, from what I see, is it's going to be a counter pick war unless you're playing like maybe one of the top 5 characters. So I mean, yeah, even then, the fact that he's still got a nice solid Wario does not surprise me whatsoever. It is his character. He's been playing this character since about the start. So, but I mean, yeah, the Mii Sword Fighter definitely looking really solid, but you definitely do not need it for this one.
No, not at all. That's for the heavy zoners, and Peach is, despite having the ability to pull an item, is not a heavy zoner. Unless they could pull Beam Sword, then that'd be funny.
And not in this game.
Not in this game.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it would be
right
funny.
Now, Town and City is the choice here for Jukain. And I mean, I get it. Peach does really well killing off the side, but so does Wario sometimes. Yeah. So it is kind of a double-edged sword. We kind of mentioned that earlier too, but I mean, yeah, you can still find a way to turn this around, right? Come on.
It just depends on how much you let BeatyBean go here. Like, one of the biggest faults as a player, and the reason why he's picking up Mii Sword Fighter, is that BeatyBean can sometimes struggle in the patience department. So, and this Wario is built to just like to go in to try and pressure with a lot of back airs, a lot of dash attacks, all these up airs to try and juggle. It's the way that BeatyBean wants to play the game. And Jukain so far hasn't really been doing anything to stop that. Hasn't been putting out things like the back air walls. Hasn't been recklessly trying to pull turnips to try and punish BeatyBean for whiffing in his face. It's been a very much kind of, Brad has been allowed to control the game state, to control just when Jukain flinches, and we're seeing the results.
An up smash.
Yeah, it's enough,
And
right?
tries to go for an up smash of their own, but Jukain just not able to close that one out. Not in Town and City here, at least. I mean, Peach has got some great moves. Smash attacks aren't exactly the best of the best. That one smash is still pretty solid, but the scary part is that we do have, I believe that is full waft on deck here. This might be a 3-stock close us out if BeatyBean can find the opening he wants. We definitely see he's looking for it, and that's definitely a start, but no, it goes a little too high. Tries to find a falling up air. Don't lose the stock, but I mean, you're in a great position to close this out.
Yeah, no longer, it's now just full waft instead of full waft max rage. Oh no.
Yeah, right?
Unless Jukain is able to get something crazy here. Were they looking for footstool? That's just rude.
I mean, it could have been that. It could have also been the fact that BD just was not ready the first time, but it could also be that BD's just trying to troll a little bit. But either way, we're gonna get a rematch from earlier today, the winner's semis match where Jackal taking on BeatyBean as BD closes it out with a nice strong 2-0. But losers finals, we get into this here, and it was a 2-1 earlier. We did see him start off with the Mii Sword Fighter, go to Wario, win a game, and then lose immediately afterwards.
Yeah, it's hard to commit to one character or the other since the Sword Fighter looked good until the very end, but the Wario was the one that got you the game, but did it really get, well, I mean, like, it won the game, but it won off of Jackal's mistake rather than you just, like, strictly, like, being overwhelming with your own game state, as we saw in Game 3, then proceeding into a 2-stock. It's hard to really decide one way or the other. I think the Wario is overall the better pick here, though, because you have that X factor that Jackal has to work around, and it's proven that they can, but if you catch him slipping once, suddenly that's a stock.
Right.
It's gonna
Well,
be,
I mean, we'll
be
see if things play out differently here. This is your another chance for BD to try and close this one out. We know that he can take games, right?
For sure.
He can take games off Jackal. It's just a matter of